This is for you if you've been manifesting things that you don't want, you've been doing the affirmations, you've been putting in the techniques, but you haven't seen the results yet. As always, be sure to subscribe down at the bottom. I appreciate it so much so that you can start getting your breakthrough in each and every video that I put out. These are the 5 biggest manifestation traps that you fall into. Stay with me to the end because on the 5th one, it's one that you do all the time. Number 1 is toxic positivity. With toxic positivity, it goes a little something like this. You wake up out of bed, you stub your toe, it hurts really bad, you go brush your teeth, and then there's no toothpaste left. Then you go to drive to work, and then you find out you're in a huge traffic jam that lasts way longer than you expected. Then you end up going to work, and then you're late for work, and then your coworkers ask you, how has your day been? And knowing you're upset, and you're like, oh my gosh, you say, everything's great, I feel good, things are just getting better and better. You're just basically going off this script. Has that happened to you? You don't have to pretend to be happy. Nobody is asking you to do that because the more you pretend to be happy, the more momentum builds up and you push away what you're wanting to manifest. You want to feel through those feelings. If you're feeling upset, you don't have to pretend to be happy. What you can do is you can find a spot where you're alone and shift through the limiting beliefs that you have going on. That's all it is. Nobody's asking you to do circus tricks. I've been there, and a lot of you are probably there or have been there in the beginning stages of learning manifestation. It's easy to get wrapped up in that trap, but guess what? You've seen this video, so you don't have to fall for it, right? This is a good one. Number 2, thinking you have to do a certain ritual or technique or physical action to manifest what you want. So let's go down a rabbit hole with this one because we could take this many different ways. So this can happen especially when you're on social media and scrolling through TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, looking for all the best manifestation techniques. There is not one right way. There's not one way where it's like, I'm going to manifest everything when I do this particular way. Now, your belief in that way, that plays a key role in the things working for you. But there's not a universal requirement that you do a certain technique. And this reminds me, this is a good one, and you may relate to this one. So for myself, I'm not a fan of writing all the time. I'm really not. And I know some people, they like to do scripting, pages and pages of scripting every day. I'm just like, no. Some people think that's a requirement. And some people think it's a requirement that they have to do long captions on their Instagram for their business. It's really not. Trust me, it's not. And I'm not even doing any of that stuff because you know what? I don't like doing that stuff. So me doing that stuff will put me in a lower vibrational frequency. And what do you think that's going to give out to the people that are watching it? So if you're like me and you don't like writing long pages and pages and pages of stuff every day, or that method, the 3-6-9 method, have you done that? That method, people do that, or the 5-5-5 method, all those different methods, it's a lot. Now, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to do that. That is not a requirement for you to manifest what you want. If you're doing the 3-3-3 method, 4-4-4, 5-5-5, 9-9-9 method, and you're upset about it because you don't like writing and you find this to be a chore every day, you're doing the opposite. You're not in the vibrational frequency of what you're manifesting. So do what you like to do. If it helps you to just say it, just say it. If that's more exciting for you, if that's more comfortable for you and you enjoy that more, just say it. There's no requirement for you to do these physical things. On social media, you may see a whole bunch of different rituals that you think you have to do to manifest what you want, doing these different spells and all this stuff. No shade to my witchy girls. Love y'all. But it's not a requirement. That's all. If you love doing that and that excites you, by all means do it because your belief is in that. But if you don't like doing it or you feel a tenseness when you're doing it, then don't do it. That means there's a better method for you. There's a better way. Whatever excites you the most, whatever method excites you the most or technique, do that because that is in alignment with you and your belief system. Are you feeling relieved that I said that? Bottom line with all of that is do what excites you. Do the method that excites you. Do the technique that excites you. Not things that you think you have to do, that you think is a requirement. It's not. Number 3 is semantics, the language you use. So with the semantics, just understand that with some words, we may have more resistance around them. It's different for everybody. You may have resistance around asking the universe for what you want. because when you were younger, you asked your mom for a new baby doll and she was like, no, we just can't do that right now. We'll have to wait till the first of the month. And you may have been discouraged when you were younger, upset that you didn't get the toy. And now growing up, you have a fear or you have a tenseness around asking for what you want, asking people for what you want, asking the universe for what you want. Semantics. But the good thing is you don't have to use the word ask. You can use the word declare or I decide. You can play around with the words. You have so many words to choose from. So don't get stuck there. While you're clearing your limiting beliefs on asking for what you want, choose declare or I decide to have this. Do you relate to this? Because there isn't a requirement for you to use that word or to use any of the words. You get to choose what words you use. What words feel more in alignment with you? What words excite you more? This is kind of like with affirmations. Some affirmations, you just don't feel it. And then other ones you do. So it's about the vibrational frequency around it. It's about the emotion you feel when you're saying these words and these phrases. In the earlier stages of manifesting, when I would write down rich or put I feel rich or anything that has to do with rich, I feel this tenseness because I had limiting beliefs around the word and the meaning that I gave it. So I used the word abundant instead, or abundance. And while I was clearing my limiting beliefs around rich, I kept abundant. So that's how you can do it. Just play around with the words, which ones suit you more. And you can also figure out which ones you have the tenseness with, and that's where you have to shift your limiting beliefs. Number 4 is discounting the way the manifestation came to you. What I mean by that is, has it happened to you where you're manifesting $100 and then your mom ends up giving you $100 a week later? So does that count as a manifestation because your mom gave it to you or your friend gave it to you? Yes, 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 it counts, because the way that your mind works is you will rationalize and justify things based off of your filters, which is your belief system. So if you have a limiting belief that money has to come in a certain way or that money has to come in an expected way, then the path of least resistance may be your parent giving it to you or your friend giving it to you. And when I say the path of least resistance, I mean for the universe to give it to you, for you to shift into the reality. That is the path of least resistance. If your friend decides to become your client, that counts as your manifestation. If you find money on the ground, that counts as a manifestation. It all counts. So don't discount anything that happens. Don't even try to comprehend how things happen. Just relish and be excited that it did happen. Another way your mind will try to rationalize your manifestation is, oh, that would have just happened anyway. Would your mom just have given you the money anyway? What do you think? The point is, you are in the vibrational frequency to receive it in that way. I used to get on myself about this early on because I was manifesting a car. Then my dad gave me a car. And it was like, did I really manifest the car? What do you think? Now that you know what you know, what do you think? Yeah, it counts. It all counts. It doesn't matter who it came from. It just matters that you have it, be excited about it, and really multiply that vibrational frequency. When you get the car, be so excited and do something. Sing a song, dance around, whatever. Just do it. Just really amplify that vibrational frequency, because when you amplify it, it's imprinted on your subconscious mind. I've saved the best for last. This one is the one you do all the time. Number 5, thinking you've done something wrong or you're doing manifestation wrong because what you want shows up in front of you. Okay, let's really talk about this, because you're not doing anything wrong. It's a part of the process. So let's understand one thing though. These things that you don't want, these are just reflections of your limiting beliefs. The past limiting beliefs that you have or the current limiting beliefs that you hold. Because sometimes past limiting beliefs that you may have cleared may creep back up. And the universe is saying, hey, you want this reality? Do you? And the way you respond is with your vibrational frequency. And that would be with your focus. That would be with your attention. That would be with your emotions. How are you reacting to this thing? That shows you whether you have really shifted a limiting belief or not. Because if you have a reaction towards this thing and you're like, dang it, this thing happened again, I'm so mad, and just going going off, well, guess what? That limiting belief has not been shifted fully. It's time to dig down deep. Dig into what limiting belief it actually is. If your reaction is more like, thank you, universe. Thank you for showing me this. Thank you for showing me a reflection of my beliefs. But you know what? I feel abundant. Actually, I'm abundant. Actually, I get to thrive in life. Actually, I get to live my purpose. If that is more of your reaction, then guess what? You have shifted the limiting beliefs and you get to shift your reality. It'll happen within minutes and you'll see it. So understand this. It's not the end of the world if what you don't want shows up or the opposite of what you want shows up, right? What you want to pay attention to is, oh, wow, why is this showing up for me? What is the limiting belief that I hold here? Why am I so upset about this thing showing up for me? This is your power. These things are showing up because you believe them. It's just a cycle. It's a cycle. You have a belief, the universe shows it to you, it shows up in your reality. You react. It goes back into the belief. It builds momentum in the current belief that you have, and it shows you the same type of situation. Or you shift your limiting belief, it shows you something different. It's all a cycle, because when you get stuck on saying that what I don't want is manifesting, then you're not seeing the cycle of manifestation. You're seeing it as a separate piece, and it's not. It is a part of the manifestation process. And this ties in with the toxic positivity, right? Do you see how that goes together? Because if a bill shows up for you, let's say that you have an unexpected expense that you have to pay, or let's say that a client chooses not to go with you. So how do you react? Are you just going to say, oh, things are going to work out, but you don't feel it? You're really upset and you're heated inside? This is how that works. You can't fake. You can't fake your vibrational frequency. It will show you. The universe shows you. You're always reflected what you actually believe. So no matter how many positive things and affirmations, I feel good, you say, the universe is going to show you exactly what you believe. And then the way you react to that will create this cycle, this loop cycle that you're continuously on, unless you start shifting your limiting beliefs. This is why I show my clients and students how to shift the limiting beliefs within minutes, so that you don't have to be on that hamster wheel every single day of your life. Because so many people are on this hamster wheel where they feel this same emotion every single day. They always get angry because of something. Now, the way that it shows up may look different every day, but that same emotion keeps showing up, anger or stressed over something. It shows up consistently. Let's take it a step further. Let's say that you're doing your affirmations. You feel good. You feel good. Your beliefs they're all synced up. Everything is working out for you. And then let's say that you go somewhere and then you see, boom, unexpected expense. Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that. How can this happen? I'm doing everything. I'm doing all my affirmations and this is showing up for me. What the heck? Okay, so you have that reaction. Don't try to fake the reaction. That's how you reacted. Okay, acknowledge that. All right? And once you have the awareness and you're like, oh wow, okay, there's definitely something there. You don't have to beat yourself up over it that you reacted that way. You can see objectively, wow, this is part of the manifestation process. Thank you for showing me this. Then from that place, you can start identifying your limiting belief. It works out perfectly. I'm telling y'all, you've got this. See what your limiting beliefs are. Because if you don't go in and identify them, you know what? They're going to show up in your reality. They can show up. They can even show up in your dreams. That's how powerful this is. That's how powerful you are. Thank you so much for watching, lovely souls. Be sure to subscribe down at the bottom so that you can continuously over and over get breakthroughs. Also, comment at the bottom the biggest breakthrough you got from this video.